The Nile has helped Egypt in many ways. The Nile Delta has some 2/3 of Egypt's fertile farmland. The floods of the Nile coated the land with rich silts, which made soil ideal for farming. Egypt's civilization developed because hunters-gatherers moved into the Nile Valley. They learned to farm and developed irrigation system. Egypt was hard to invade. There were 2 kingdoms, and they were united by Menes. Egypt became richer and bigger.
There's a period in the history of Egypt called the Old Kingdom. The Old Kingdom lasted from 2700 to 2200 BC. The Egyptians developed a political system on a person known as a pharaoh. The Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was supposed to order Egypt. Khufu is the most famous, who ruled in 2500 BC in the Old Kingdom. Khufu was a cruel pharaoh, but the people who served him were well fed. The society was separated into separate parts, the pharaoh being the highest, and nobles, scribes, and craftspeople, enlisted farmers, slaves, and servants.
The Middle Kingdom, a period of order and stability. For 200 years, the Hyksos ruled the region. Ahmose defeats the Hyksos and becomes king. New Kingdom. The period where Egypt was at its height of power and glory. Egypt had many invasions from Hittites, Tenhen, and Sea People. Since Egypt was developed, they had lots of jobs.
Egyptian writing and pictures that symbol a letter. These symbols are called hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphics are one of the first writing systems around 3300 BC. Egyptians used stone and carved into it. Later, they made a new paper called papyrus. To write on with ink. The Rosetta Stone is used for translating hieroglyphics. The Rosetta Stone had hieroglyphics engraved into a stone slab. The language was in Greek. Egyptians later created sphinxes and obelisks. Sphinxes that had a lion's body and the head of another animal, or humans. With the sphinxes is a path leading to a huge gate that has sides, 4 pillars, has a point with no median, with a point known as an obelisk. The obelisk is fully covered with drawings made by hand.